to explain on the formation of the national oil company Petronas, as well as the formulation and the working of the Petroleum Development Act 1974 and the agreements that were signed under the Act with all the state governments, beginning with the state government of Sarawak. And I was invited to this gathering in Kota Baru untuk menuntut royalti minyak. So I went there on the expressed condition that I will speak alone, because I think I am more competent to speak on the subject, since I was involved from the beginning to set up Petronas, as well as to help draw up the law and the agreements with the state governments, and that it must be solely organized by NGOs, this gathering, and that everybody is to be invited, no matter what political affiliations they belong to. And with that understanding, I was there to explain. And I think there was a very big crowd. According to the people in Kelantan, it's the biggest that they've ever seen. And I was very happy, not because of the big crowd, but because it gave me the opportunity to explain to as many people as possible, so that there will not be much doubt or further confusion regarding this question of royalty payment derived from oil to the state government of Kelantan in particular. But might I add that when I go to Kelantan, it's not just to explain to the people of Kelantan. It's meant for people even outside Kelantan to appreciate the law and the working of Petronas. It so happened that I was invited by this grouping of NGOs, and the thing was held in Kelantan, in Kota Baru. And I happened to come from Kota Baru. So I thought it was just right for me to appear and speak and explain to the people of Kelantan, since after all I was from there. So there the matter rests, and now it's left to the state government of Kelantan to negotiate with Petronas on the payment of the royalty if there is oil in the offshore area of the state of Kelantan, based on the Act of Parliament approved by Parliament and the agreement signed between Petronas and the state government of Kelantan. Now I want to talk about, it's a new subject now, in this context, I want to talk about the Wang Ehsan. I feel very sad, and I feel ashamed also that in this day and age, after just 34 years, people have forgotten the late Tun Abdul Razak, who was the Prime Minister of our country, who did a lot for us, and who always think of the poor people and the poor states. And it was he who appointed me to lead this National Oil Corporation in 1974. And It was he who told me in no uncertain terms to ensure that those poorer states on the East Coast and Sabah, Sarawak would benefit from the oil wealth. I didn't foresee that there will be difficulties faced by the state governments of Kelantan and Terengganu when oil was found. Now the two states face all kinds of problems, when in fact it was designed to help them if oil is found. And I do hope that things will be straightened out and that this payment of money in the form of wang ehsan is stopped, and that cash payment or royalty, you may want to call it, we continue to the states which are entitled to receive them. Pure and simple. I say this because I think Petronas has made a serious mistake by paying out as wang ehsan or compassionate grant instead of cash payment or royalty, as you may want to call it, because there's no provision in the law or in the agreement for Petronas to pay out compassionate grant. Some people say this could be illegal payment. I'm not a lawyer to determine this. And the other thing is, the payment is made to the wrong party, not the party that is named in the law under Section 4 of the Petroleum Development Act. Because clearly it states there under Section 4 of the Act that the cash payment must be made to the state government concerned, not to any other party, if payment is to be made. And I think this is a problem that must be corrected. I know in the case of Terengganu, when cash payment was stopped in the year 2000 to the state government of Terengganu, wang ehsan, so-called, was paid from that year onwards until today. And 15 over billion ringgit was channeled for various things in Terengganu to various people under the guise of wang ehsan. I'm told it was spent for organizing Monsoon Cup, it was spent for building the Crystal Mosque, for the stadium that collapsed, the big bus station also that collapsed, a school also that collapsed. That means it was spent on projects that were not well designed and not properly constructed. Fortunately, there was no casualty except the casualty of the structures collapsing and money wasted, which it should have gone to the people. $15 billion is a lot of money. Based on the population of Terengganu, I think on per capita income basis, they would have received sizable money if this cash is distributed to them physically.